Hello, thank you for tuning into this week's reads. This is James13 Wicca on YouTube, just in case you're wondering where the video came from. The main part of the read, I'm going to use the Thelema Tarot. And where's the name? I thought there was a name created on here. Just completely blanked. Renata Lechner. It's on here on this side, I believe. And if you want to find this deck, there's the website loscarabeo.com, LOSCARABEO.com. Feel free to check that out if you're interested. For the tarot, for the oracle cards, magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish, illustrated by Jesse Reish, and at the bottom there's hayhouse.com. Feel free to check that out if you're interested. And I use dice. I use a 21-sided dice, which does omit the 0, but that's what I use for the major arcana. I use a 14-sided dice for the minor arcana, and a 4-sided dice to pick the suit. I want to say that the bigger dice came with this. Tom Anders, hopefully it's there. I want to say it's impactminiatures.com. There's this on the back too, if that's easier for you to use. Feel free to use that. And for the smaller dice, the 14-sided one, it's Math Art Fun, if I can get this behind there. mathartfun.com, if you're interested to find that. And the little pink one I use is, I think it's from Amazon. I've had it for years. Alright, so that's what we have for that. Of course, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you for watching, and now on to your read. Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Taurus? Alright, before we get too excited, let's keep going. Let's get all the way to the end. As they say, don't count the chickens before they're hatched. There's a lot. Okay. Got some fire coming in with Earth. Alright, whatever you're a part of, you should be a part of this. Okay. I feel like you're being pushed to the side, but you should be a part of this. The fact that you're even here, like, you're meant to be here. This is a good thing you're a part of. You are very helpful. Trying to get things to make sense. Okay, so this is good that you're here. Because I keep seeing this here, this 5 of Pentacles, like I can't get the information I want, or I keep getting left out of things, or people just don't tell me things, or maybe flat out some people have told me that I don't fit here. Not the truth, but somebody might be trying to manipulate you to get you out of their way, because you are very strong. Taurans tend to be quite strong. I know sometimes Taurans get accused of being stubborn. Holding your ground. Stubborn is the difference between when you're holding your ground if it's working for you or against you. So, in my opinion, it's not stubborn when it's working to your benefit and it's getting you where you need to go. Only time holding your ground is a negative thing, stubborn, if you will, is when you hold it for so long that it actually doubles back and it causes damage for you. Alright, but I'm not feeling stubborn energy here. I'm feeling like you hold to the plan, you make sure things work out, and you don't give up. So, the situation you're a part of, you should be here. You really should. It's really good for the whole situation. It's good for you. It's good for everything. There might be some contrary energy with somebody kind of like trying to work around you, trying to keep you from understanding what's really going on, trying to confuse you. I'm not saying they're good, bad, or indifferent because it's a general read, but they have their own motives and they want control. They want control, whether they should have that control or not. I'm thinking no. their time might be kind of limited. They might not have the time. This is somebody who wants to have control, but they might be losing that control. And it's almost like they're distracting themselves by trying to make it look like you're the reason things aren't working out. It's not you. Definitely not you. But they might want to believe that. You got a couple, I'm seeing the 13 number twice, which for major arcana, that's the death card. But I keep getting like, luck is going to go to your way. Luck is looking to give you a favor. Luck is looking to show up and give you a favor. Taurus isn't one to really look at luck usually, in my opinion. Taurus is kind of like, I create my luck, I don't wait for luck. But there's a situation going on here where things have not been working out right. And, you know, it's kind of like fate is stepping in, kind of like, you know what, we're going to set this up to go your way. Don't feel bad about it. Take advantage of it. And the reason is things have gone out of balance for a while. So this luck going your way is to help the whole situation, not only help you, but for you to help the situation. So, you know, it's kind of like the universe saying, this has kind of been stacked against you for a little bit. Somebody's messing with you. We're going to kind of break that down a little bit so things go your way for a while. Take advantage of it. Don't feel bad about it. You got things coming your way. The Hierophant card is the Taurus card. And you got Harmony. Like, things are about to go more the way they need to. I do feel like you're very bonded with the situation. Sometimes this talks about a contract. Sometimes the way I read it anyway, this talks about marriage. This doesn't have to do anything with marriage, but I'm getting you're very bonded to this situation and you're not about to give up on it. Even though people might be trying to mess with you, I'm getting things are about to go your way. Your Ace of Pentacles. In Pentacles, that is Taurus's jam. Taurus is an earth energy. Pentacles are an earth energy. We're gonna lock right in with this. I don't know where that word came from, but we got the Fool coming in with the Ace of Pentacles. Now the Fool energy, I feel like I'm nervous about this. I'm kind of like, oh, can this really go my way? Because so and so likes to cause issues for me. Like, can I really have smooth sailing? Can you have smooth sailing? Ace of Cups backing up the Ace of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune coming in. But again, this is like luck going your way. Again, Taurus is not usually the biggest fan of luck. Taurus makes their own luck. But the situation hasn't been going the best. The universe is saying, no, we need to help you move forward in a way that things start going your way a bit more. I definitely know that when it comes to finances anyway, in my opinion, a well-balanced Taurus does not depend on luck for finances at all. So going forward, there is some type of fallout here, not with you directly, but somebody else is like reaping what they sow. I mean, they are. So if this reading is hitting, I'm not like, oh, okay. Seven of Wands, they are trying to hold on to something, and I feel like there's a few people here. Somebody, you got the Eight of Major Arcana, which is the Strength card, but I keep getting like that's a person, like just clearing out the clutter. I feel like somebody's like, nobody's used anything in this room for 5 years, we're throwing it all out, and they're just like, whoosh. And then normally Taurus wouldn't be a fan of that, but it's kind of like by throwing all this stuff out, now you got all the space you need to start organizing what you need. This is, again, this weird moment. And it is going your way. Things are getting removed very quickly is what I'm also getting. But I feel like I didn't have control over it anyway, so... And it reminds me of like if you have a house, especially if you have a small house, for example, and it's like every room has way too much in it. And somebody going, we've had 5 years to figure this out, clearly people aren't, and then they're just throwing out most everything in almost every room. They're like, there, and now organize it correctly the next time you do it, and if it starts getting like this again, I'm going to do the same thing, so you better not do it again. Somebody's just coming in and just clearing things out and just throwing it away. And it's kind of like, it's hard for Taurus in the sense of like, well, what if we were able to use some of that stuff? Not all of that was junk, but on the other hand, on the other side of that coin, it's kind of like, this might be one of the things that have been holding the situation back or keeping you from getting where you need to go. It's kind of like, now that I have this abundance of space, I can bring in what should be here and I can keep it up to date, and I can make sure the correct things are here, and that we get rid of what's actually garbage, and we maintain what actually should be in the space. It's a rough moment. It is a rough moment, but it's the Devil card, which is ironic because this is an Earth energy card. It talks about Capricorn. Capricorn's an Earth energy. Capricorn is compatible with Taurus. You're Taurus, and it doesn't have to mean you're dealing with a Capricorn. But the point is, this moment is rough. This moment is harsh. This moment is supplying boundaries that will be adhered to. And Taurus is like, all right, then that's what it is. Taurus seems to accept this quickly. Like, that's what happened. This is what's going on. These are the boundaries. Cross boundaries and watch what happens. Taurus won't cross those boundaries. Taurus is about boundaries usually. Especially if those boundaries have to make sense. And typically, with the Devil, whether people like it or not, those boundaries they're usually clear cut. Usually, in my opinion. They're like very harsh boundaries, though. That's the thing, in my opinion. When this happens, make sure you don't buy into other people's ridiculousness, where they try to make you feel like you're not really wanted, or you're on the outside, or you don't have a place. Don't let that happen to you. This is hard because some of you, I feel like you've been abused emotionally, especially if it's a work situation, because some people are very covert about it, or they're so slyly manipulative. It's almost like we accept their person. It's like especially in the corporate world, we accept poor personalities or bad personalities because it's a business situation. It's kind of like, well, I have to deal with it. We allow something to be okay that's not okay. Don't let somebody let you feel like you're on the outside, or that you shouldn't be asking for things, or that you shouldn't be constructing this the way it should be for you. Don't let them let you feel like you're on the outside. What they're saying to do is use this energy to your benefit. When this happens and things get cleared out, step forward. If you're in that mindset that you want to and you're ready to, step forward with conviction, because you know what needs to happen. You know what should be there and what shouldn't, and you know how to organize this. You know what you need to do. It's just stepping forward, and even if somebody doesn't like you, or they're like, you don't belong here, Taurus, do it anyway. Do your best to ignore them, because that's where the success comes from. It could be a little uncomfortable. It could be a short amount of uncomfort. It should be uncomfort. It's not the right word. Discomfort. There we go. Could be a short amount of that, a short time frame with that. I'm a big fan of Paul McKenna, How to Mend Your Broken Heart. It is geared towards romantic relationships. You can use it for any type you want. Especially if somebody seems to be messing with your head and you need to kind of bring that down, bring that energy down, take that control away from them. Because sometimes people mess with us just so long, we get very used to the way they treat us, and they just seem to know what buttons to push to get what they want from us. You can use that information, that book, Paul McKenna's book there, to take that away from them. And sometimes that book will help you highlight maybe somebody was manipulating you and you didn't realize how they were doing it until you really take a different look at it, and you're like, wait a minute. They knew that anytime things were out of order, or if they moved things in the wrong place, I would spend extra time putting it back where it was supposed to. While I was taking the extra time moving it back where it was supposed to be, that's where they were doing their tomfoolery, and they would get ahead of me and they would cause all this ruckus. All right, so next time that happens, I'm going to be like, I can get to that later. First things first, no Tom, no foolery. No, we're going to shut that down before it even happens. Then when everything is cool, I'll come back here and I'll sort it out, because it will be sorted out. But first things first. First we shut Tom down, and then bye, Tom. No offense if somebody's named Tom. If you're able to do this, things do, you are very bonded. I already showed this, but you are very bonded to this. You don't plan to go anywhere is what I keep getting. There's an evolution that could come on here. Come through. Come on here. Come on. There's an evolution that could come on here. I don't know why I'm saying it that way. Other people have to either get on board or get lost is what I'm kind of getting, because the new evolution is coming forward. You should end up finding the support. This is a general read, so take it with a grain of salt. You should end up finding the support to help you put it where it should be and help the situation actually flourish. There's a new day coming in. People who are left behind, take it with a grain of salt. I keep saying that because I don't feel like they're not the worst people, they're not the best people. It feels like a lot of I'm here today people, if that makes sense, or like this is what I got to do today people. They might be a little bit indifferent, or like, kind of like it goes well, fine, it doesn't, fine. They might be kind of like one of those, it could be a couple of those people, kind of like, I'm here, as long as I collect a paycheck, I don't care, or whatever this analogy is. It's just kind of like, I'm here, so whatever. They should be kind of like following you, especially after time. The longer you have more control, or the more your information is listened to, maybe that's a better way to put it. I do feel like things get enjoyable, much more enjoyable. Things have more of a structure, which it needs in this situation, and people will be a lot happier, probably more down the road. It may take a few months before they really start to notice how much they're enjoying the place more and this situation more, and how it doesn't feel like the burden it used to. How is this going to feel for you? This is going to take a moment of evolution for you. You're used to, like, people, it takes a while to get over how people have been treating you. And especially when you're aware of people who tend to be indifferent, I feel like you're noticing it, you're watching people, you're a little uncomfortable with it, but you're kind of going with it. The Five of Cups, I think, can be a blessing card. It's just about how you look at it. The next phase of this evolution is kind of like realizing there's a lot here that still doesn't make the best. Doesn't make the best. Doesn't make the best soup. There's still a lot here that's not really the best, but you can work with it and you can make it kind of work your way. You will have to keep an eye on it, yes, but it's kind of like it's seeing the advantage versus the disadvantage. There's a mix. And there's two cups that they're still full. The Two of Cups is telling me like you could love it. It's all about how you handle it. It's seeing it for the truth, but then like moving it where you want and accentuating the good and making sure you stay aware of what's not so good. So if that makes sense, because I feel like that's a better way. You don't want to ignore what's not good. You want to stay aware of it. Just don't let it steer the cart for you. Steer towards where you want to be. Stay aware of what's not so good. And if you're able to do that, you get this outcome. Knight of Cups. Once it feels like it's more in control and you've got a good eye on things, kind of like the good, we're accentuating the good, we like the good. The not so good, I got my eye on that, and I got a couple other people that are aware of it too. We keep our eye on what's not so good, but we don't complain about it or cause an issue unless necessary. We keep an eye on it to make sure it stays where it's supposed to. Are we good? Whew. I think that was a good one. I like how it ended. It had an evolution. It went well a long time, so we'll find out in the comments. Hopefully y'all liked it. I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks very much for watching. Have a great day.